Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Smitty. Today we're continuing with the repairs on Bertha behind me, and we're going to get after that transfer case. I apologize for wind noise. It is kind of windy today, so let's get at it. I'll walk you through what we're going to do. Okay, rather than walk you through each individual step, I'm going to show you exactly kind of what I'm going to do. Anyway, first things first, got to take the drive shaft out here, get rid of those bolts, pull that out. And then the front drive shaft is right there. Now, something important to note, this boot here is kind of particular to 3/4 tons. If you've got a 1/2 ton, a lot of times it'll have another one of these clamps right here, which you can replace. The clamp is GM part number 2606-4275. But anyway, to pull that out, you'll take your bolts out here, and what you'll do is you'll go up in this hole straight forward, and then it'll give you enough room to clear this cross member here and pull it out. You will have to take, and on these they've got an extra bolt on the side for stiffness. It's kind of a safety, but you've got the 4 bolts here with nuts inside the frame up on top, both sides, and you got your 2 transmission mounts here. And the reason why you have to take this transmission mount out is there's a bolt for the transfer case right there, and you can't hardly get to it any other way, so you have to take it out. There is 2 electrical connectors on this transmission. There's one right there, that's the vehicle speed sensor, and you got a harness right there. And then on the other side, this encoder motor here, that's your encoder motor, and then what that does, that actually shifts the transmission. And there's an electrical connector on that. There's also a vent hose that you cannot see that's up on top. Here's your connector for your encoder. Anyway, take your vacuum hose off, and then you're pretty much ready to pull it out. It is heavy, so you know, if you're doing it by yourself like I am, be careful. Use a transmission jack if you got availability to it. That's all there is to it. So I'll set you up on, and we'll just kind of do a time lapse here, get this knocked out. Yeah, maybe I will record some of this. I'm sure it'll be boring to you. I'll probably end up editing it out anyway. There's an easy way to do this drive shaft too. If you just pop your linkage off your control arm and put the transmission in neutral, if you pop the linkage off, that way you can rotate your shaft around to get to your other 2 bolts. Just pop your 10-4.
You gotta wait home if you don't get it done?
Yeah. Opportune time to check U-joints. Like I said, opportune time to check U-joints. If you need to replace them, now's the time to do it. Alright, like I said, you pop your yoke out the front here, pop it out of the saddle, and you got to go rotate the yoke so the flats are 90 degrees. Well, they're straight across instead of up and down. And it'll give you some extra room to get up top, and then just slide it up in that hole. Once you get it up, then you go back the other direction. There you go. Then it'll come out just like that. Okay, now let's work on the cross member. Take your skid plate off. Okay, the cross member bolts are 18s. You've got two, if I remember right, to 15s, yeah. Two 15s on the side for the side bolts. Like I said, they're just a brace like this. Go ahead and get both of those out. You've got the two transmission bolts go up through these holes, and there should be a 15. By the way, those nuts get really hot if they're on there, so just be forewarned. Okay, you got your two nuts off. Now you're at the point that you're going to want a transmission jack, because you need to pick the transmission up off the cross member so you can pull the cross member out safe like. You can do this on the ground, but it sure makes it a whole lot easier if you got it up in the air. A lot less chance of you getting hurt too. Okay, we're maxed out on our transmission jack, so we're going to have to put a log in there. So transmission's not going to go anywhere. So if you can get a log that's like this, that's big, that way you can distribute the weight. You don't crush the pan. And then kind of make sure it's flat. And just for anybody that doesn't know, an Allison transmission is very heavy. Very heavy. The transmission itself weighs, I think, around 370. Been a while since I looked it up, but it's not a light girl. Yeah, there's a lifted nut up there. Lifted nut up there. And that's what it looks like. And again, if they haven't been off in a while, they're going to get hot. So usually what I do is I'll take all of them out but two. I'll take both sides out. I'll leave it in there though. That way the cross member doesn't come crashing down in your face or catch your shin. Now, since you still got the other one in there, you can let it hang like that. And out comes the Crossmember. Now you got the 215s on the transmission Crossmember. Now you got the 215s on the transmission mount. Buzz them out. Now you can let the transmission down just a little bit. You won't have much room to go, but take your encoder motor plug out. There's two plugs. There's a power plug and then there's a control plug. The power plug just has two wires on it. There you go. Get out of there. These wire retainers, I don't even know if you can see them wire retainers up there. No, not really. Take your speed sensor wire out, then just open up these wire retainers so you can get the harness out of it. There we go. Get the harness out of the way, and then don't forget about your vent hose. These vent hoses are on a little plastic, well, it's nylon, I think, elbow. Twist the hose before you try to pull it off. You'll love yourself later for it. All right, and then just take your nuts loose for your transfer case. And most of the well, I say most of them, but the new ones don't have it. But they like the old 700R4s and 4L60s. They've got fluid back here in this housing, so if you're standing underneath of it, you will get a little bit of This is what I was looking for. It's a 15mm stubby gear wrench, and to get to these bolts you almost have to have it. And luckily, since they've been out, they're not that tight. I've had this transmission out before, but it's been a long time. There's one bolt that's on the very top that's kind of a bear to get to. You can't see it, but trust me, it's there. Okay, I don't know if you can see that dripping, but that's what I was telling you about. Like you'll end up getting a little bit of a shower. Alright, they're all out. So you want to go through and check to make sure that you got all your harness left, because when this thing comes out, it's heavy. So if you push up on it, yeah, I don't know if you can see that or not, see it pee, because there is a little bit of fluid in there. So because this is a 3/4 ton, this because this is a 3/4 ton, this torque arm, because this is a 3/4 ton, this torsion bar mount for the front, their base torsion bar is basically a spring, is so close to everything, it makes it a little tight to get it out. So, like I said, once it comes out, it'll come out in a hurry. So I'm gonna put some gloves on to keep from cutting my hands, because aluminum will cut you and you won't even know it. Yeah, I think, by the way, before I get it all the way out of there, I'm gonna go ahead and drain the fluid out of it. Since we got to open up the case anyway, it'd be easier to do it now. That's just an 18 plug right here. They don't hold a lot. They only hold about 2 quarts. The biggest thing that happens is when you don't catch this hole very quick and you run it completely dry. The half tons were worse about it than the 3/4 and 1 tons. I don't know if that's just because of the way the transfer case is designed. This is what they call a new process. It's a 263 XHD, extra heavy duty, I guess, and the other ones are 241. And that's your push button shift. Well, this is a push button shift, but the half tons have an automatic clutch in it. All right, I'm going to pull this transfer case out without the jack. Now, if you've got a buddy that can help you do this, I would recommend it. The only reason why I'm not is because I'm by myself. And I can get it out by myself. It's just I'm gonna have to use a jack to get it back up in there. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this thing back, and then I have to turn it and pull it down. That's how it comes out. Otherwise you won't get it out. So here we go. Just like that. All right, y'all. As you can tell, I kind of took a little bit of a bath in it, but that's part of it. Hope you liked it. Hope the video helped you. That's how you get one out. It's basically the same on pretty much all of them. You just have to disconnect your wires and your sensors and make sure you don't get nothing in the way. If you liked your video, make sure to like and subscribe, share it with people, leave me a comment. I welcome all the comments. I know I'm going to get bashed on a lot of stuff, but that's all right. But make sure to like and subscribe. And in the next video, we're going to actually show you the repair of the transfer case. So until then, thanks for watching. I appreciate it a bunch. God bless y'all, and have a good night.